Donald Trump recently announced some tariffs on the export partners of USA. And there is a spectrum of goods on which the tariff actually imposed from India, from the goods that's actually coming from India. Nearly 26% tariff is imposed on the Indian goods. And as there is a hike in tariff from the US end, so global uncertainty emerges in the global economy, and it is a matter of concern. The USA actually has been facing some upward trend in trade deficit, and from the historical information we can have this idea. And as there is an economic crisis from the US point of view, the president of USA actually taken shelter of rising tariff. That is, according to the act of the International Emergency Economic Power Act 1977. On that basis, he is increasing the tariff. He said that the more than 52% tariff was imposed by the India in the goods that's actually exported from India. So he is imposing tariffs near about 26%, the half of that. So it is the reciprocal tariff. So a country has its own rules, regulations, and economic policy on which he can move his country. So from the Indian point of view, the manufacturing sectors and you can have the information, the jewelry sectors are mostly affected by these impositions of the tariff. And as there is a 26% tariff impositions on the the seafood goods, so this sector is mostly hampered. In 2023 to 2024, the exports totaled rupees 7.36 billion. So not only the tariff increase in tariff hampers the seafood sectors, but the matter accentuated by the fact that there is a rival country, that is the Ecuador. That country actually also exports seafoods to the USA, and that seafoods and USA on the other hand imposed 10% tariff, where on India it has imposed 26%. So near about 16 to 70% difference there, and the Ecuador will take the benefit and exports to USA, and this is the matter of concern from the Indian point of view. Now there is another sector, the second most important sectors from the Indian point of view, that is the jewelry sectors, and these sectors will be affected mostly also, and the earnings will be half due to the impositions of the tariff, and more than 50,000 laborers will be affected directly, and more than 1 lakh laborers will be affected indirectly. So as there is a trend, upward trend of unemployment in India, so this will have some impact on the Indian economy, and steps should be taken from the government of the India. And there is another thing, that the matter is you should have the idea that tariff and the non-tariff barriers. Tariff barriers are very simple, but on the other hand, the non-tariff barriers is very difficult. And if you are exporting apple from France and from India, then to European countries, then and on the basis of the France quality, if some qualitative restrictions are there, then Indian environment will not support the France's environment, and as a result, the France apple will get the benefit, the Indian apple does not. So this is the non-tariff barriers. It is very crucial. And now there is another thing I would like to say, that is the efficiency model, and cost from the if India, for example, if India imposes 20% tariff on the 20% tariff on importing curds, then the price of the 5 lakh curds will be 6 lakhs, and Indian manufacturers will get the benefit from this tariff game, and they will survive. But if the Indian manufacturer will not be able to produce or manufacture the car at 5 lakh rupees, then globally it will not survive. So in the worldwide situation, if you concern, somewhere a car can be produced by 5 lakhs, and as a result, the consumers will get the loss, and this impositions of the tariff or custom duties will benefit the producers. But from the globalization, resource allocation or efficient allocation of resources is concerned, then total liberalizations of the tariff should be there, and the liberalizations of the trade should be there. Otherwise, it is very difficult to survive for Indian economy in the long run. And there is another thing, there should be a I can have an idea that if the India is reducing the tariff day by day, then and it is and the other countries have the trust on that, then the one should not develop in one day. So in the long run, the India will get the benefit if the tariff is very low, and with as the USA has imposing tariff on that, so India should have some talking with the USA government, so that they can reduce the tax, reduce tariffs, and in all the exporting sectors, and both the countries have the win-win situation. And not only, and another thing is that India should have the international network much more, because if USA restricted his product if USA restricted the Indian exports, then by imposing the tariff, the India should find another market, and that possibility India should have, and Indian foreign relationship sectors should work on that, and the Indian one more major advantage of the Indian economy is the labor, huge labor, and the market is good here, and as and unemployed people is there, and if the skill skill of the people may enhance, skill of the people may be enhanced, then that skilled labor will be utilized in the globally, will be utilized globally, and government should work on this thing, and by the by liberalizing the trade would be the I can say that would be the transformative step for the Indian economy, and Indian economy will get the benefit from this end, and this is the situation regarding the impositions of the tariff from the USA, and in this lecture I actually try to focus on the current situations the Indian economy actually facing, and what should be the steps the Indian government should take for surviving the Indian economy. And that's all from